for your time on the show. I'd like to know, because we are talking about this, it's just to create awareness, but it's one thing for us to talk about it. It's another thing for people to be aware, for those who want to know. How much of public awareness do you think has been created in the consciousness of the public about the dangers this disease poses?
Well, right now, I think the average man on the street is aware that there's cholera outbreak going on. I believe that the average man on the street is also aware of what they need to do to curb or prevent them from, coming down from the cholera outbreak. Another thing is to be aware, and the other thing is to actually inculcate what you have heard or practice what you have seen. Awareness cannot, be enough. So we can and should continue to create awareness, and this is why we are all hands on deck, trying to create awareness to the teaming Nigerians on this. As government is doing its own, health experts, medical associations, nursing associations, environmental associations, everyone has been creating some sort of awareness or the other on this. And I want to urge that we continue to do this until we have a change of habit and a change of practice, and until we decide and see that the outbreak is declining.
We have Mr. George joining us from Ikeja. Mr. George, please make your point.
Good morning, Ibrahim, and good morning to the doctor. Ibrahim, I am just wondering within myself, why do we like to apply the fire brigade approach to everything in our country? There are government agencies in almost every state in this country that oversee public health management and environment in the different states. In Lagos State here, we used to have the people they call Wole health inspectors that go to homes and premises to inspect the sanity of such, the sanitary conditions of such places. These people are still there. They are being paid. But why is it that it's only when there's a break of, an outbreak about diseases that you now begin to see them? The countries we look for visa to go and japa to, they pay attention to these things. That is why their places are looking different. There are public toilets. The public toilets are not even enough. The few ones that are in existence, go there and see how it looks like. Why can't we do the important things? We always like to say other countries are better. But what they did to become better, we are not ready to do it. Let us change our attitude. Good morning.
Thank you so much, George from Ikeja. Japhet, that's quite a very important information or important point that has been noted by Mr. George from Ikeja. There are some, just like I asked a little earlier, there are some slum areas where you find people living, very dirty, even when it rains, especially now that the rain is coming. You see how dirty the place is. You wouldn't even want to, pass through those channels or those places to get to another place or another street or anything. What do you think? Do you think the government is staying back to some extent, unconcerned about what they need to do about these places?
No, I totally disagree. The government is not staying back on their duties concerning that, because people like us actually work hand in hand with the environmental health officers, whom we refer to as Wole. And one of the trends I have personally noted on the field is that when you, commission the environmental health officers to go to a particular area where you have noted bad practices, bad sanitary practices, or people even channeling their waste into gutters and drainages and even canals around them, is that when they want to, enforce the law on them, some of us will pick up our phones and start calling people in higher authority, telling them that so people in their compound that they're trying to, lock down their compound or find them and all that. So what I'm trying to say is that people are, discouraging these officers from carrying out their duties by muscling them and bullying them. So I will not say categorically that it is all the officers that are carrying out their duty, but to what extent, to the extent that we have seen, sometimes Nigerians create a roadblock from some of these officers to carry out their duties. We have seen some areas in East Lagos where people channel their pipes, water pipes, through gutters, where people even channel their waste into gutters. And I have personally reported to the authority on a number of times, and we have sent men to the field to enforce and stop this kind of habit. But when people come out, it's like the same thing that happens when government tries to clear a bucket from the roadside and people begin to revolt, or you try to stop people from carrying out a particularly bad practice, and people begin to revolt. So we have to all decide that we want to stop these practices. As we speak, even in town,
okay.
We see a lot of people
Japheth, please hold your thought. Hold your thought. You carry on from there. Ogundele from Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State is joining us on the show. Ogundele, please make your point.
Thank you very much, the doctor. I thank the doctor and you that is anchoring the program. You see, Nigerians have to change our attitude, our environment, because you have to clean your environment. By the time you clean your environment very well, it will be very difficult to your water, the water you drink, everything. We have to change our attitude. Nigerians, we are too lawless. And this is why this is coming upon us. Look at during the time of Ebola. Look at during the time of COVID and everything. We need to be very clean. Cleanliness is next to God. Our environment, we have to take care of it. We cannot wait for government to do everything for us. There are some parts we have to play. We have to clean our environment and let everywhere be clean. We can come on top of a hot air. No, it is not possible. Your environment must be very, very clean. The water you will drink, where you are sleeping, all these things are necessary. We cannot just continue to put everything on government. The government has its own part. The citizens have their own part. Look at us. You go to some places in Lagos, you see very dirty. You see people eating under the gutter, mosquito, everything. No. So all we need to do is to change our attitude. We cannot. America does not become what it becomes just one day. It's gradual. Look at Ghana. When I was going to Liberia, I passed through Ghana. Look at the environment, very clean. So we need to change our attitude. And God bless you for this program.
Thank you very much, Ogundele. Thank you. And that reminds me, Japheth, of growing up. Every Saturday we used to doing, or was it last Saturday of the month, we used to doing environmental sanitation. Where as a young guy, we go to the yard, go to the gutter area, clean everything. It's a must for all tenants, those who are our tenants then, and even entirety of the street.